do on your side. There he is. What's up, buddy?
So I searched Spartan Race, then Spartan Combat, and finally I had to go to my email and realize that it was just Spartan, and that was it.
It's pretty cool, right? We got Spartan.
Yeah.
A guy called me like 20 years ago and said, hey, I've got Spartan.com and I've got this combat thing, and I'd love to, join Spartan Race. So that's how we ended up with Spartan. There you go. It's on my shirt. Look at that.
Boom. There you go. So many
What are you
Spartans
doing?
let's see, I had an interview at 2 o'clock, and then I just did a few emails before this. Well, this is 2:30 my time right now. I got to look about it. Uh-oh.
Are you training
Breaking
hard?
up?
Do you hear me? Are you training hard?
Yeah, today's actually my day off. So I'm not training too hard today, but I have man, I did 9 days in a row before this. And it's going really well.
And there's no chance you lose against this guy, right?
I don't know. I think there is a chance. I'm not a great boxer, so if he's a good boxer, I might think he's a very good boxer, and that's kind of what we're going to find out.
And what would you do on something like this? Would you be looking at the tapes? Are you watching them and trying to look for like holes and gaps? Do you hear that or no?
Yeah, I mean the problem is there's not really a lot of film on him. He's fought twice. Neither one of those guys were good at all, right? So there's not much to take from that. I always think you can't really take anything from a competition unless they're relatively equal and they're competitive. If one guy's way better than the other person, there's not much to take from it.
Like if you were to look at Dake and Burroughs, you could find something in there.
Well, those guys are about as good as it gets. But yes, yeah, I mean, yeah, you can see. So, if like Dake wrestled, say, your child, I wouldn't be able to learn anything about Dake because it just wouldn't be competitive. I also wouldn't be able to learn anything about your kid.
Right. Yeah. And in your heyday, which is now because you're training 9 days in a row, how would you do against Dake or Burroughs right now?
Right now, terrible. I wrestled for the first time in 16 months on Saturday.
How'd you do?
It wasn't my prettiest wrestling. I did okay. I mean, so I couldn't really wrestle with my hip the way it was, and then obviously I had my hip surgery, and then after I came back from that, I've been boxing. I'd wrestled a couple times with like high school kids, but nothing where I had to actually like try or go very hard, and even when I go with high school kids, I try not to go very hard because I would just pin them. I try to work. I'm a coach now, so I want to work with them. Yeah, I'm excited. After this fight, I'm gonna wrestle a whole bunch. So I'm excited to wrestle because again, I haven't been able to do it in quite a while.
I want to get you if it fits your schedule. When's your fight? What's the date of your fight?
April 17th, so 10 days.
10 days. So
Yes.
May 20th, if it works, we'll look at your schedule. I want to try to get you down in Florida. We got the National Beach Wrestling Championships. Maybe we'll get a couple of high-level guys to go up against you. What do you think?
You know what? I don't really like the beach wrestling rules because I think it's just like, don't get me wrong, I believe it's like one takedown and that's it.
Yeah, it's quick.
It's quick. That's not that's never been my specialty. So, I would take a freestyle match or a folk style match. I was actually anticipating probably competing in wrestling sometime this year because I know myself and I knew I needed to do something to keep myself in shape, and that's kind of what I thought it would be. It turned out, hey, this is a boxing match, but I'll probably wrestle at some point this year.
Well, I not that I'm Don King or anything, but I'd love to set you up with somebody.
Oh man, they got me nervous.
You know who's free right now? I was talking to.
I don't want to know.
Who I like a lot. Who I think I don't know. I mean, he's got some things he's dealing while we're doing this. Yeah, there you go. Jaden Cox. What do you think of
I don't want to wrestle Jaden Cox.
No good on Jaden?
I don't want to wrestle. I wrestled Jaden when he was 18 years old when I went back and visited Missouri. But now, as good as Jaden is, oh man, I mean, no one in the world takes this guy down. How am I going to take him down?
Ben, I don't know if you noticed or looked in the mirror lately, but you're one of the best in the world. Come on.
I understand, but the legitimate best in the world right now at a higher weight class than me, they can't take him down. Jaden Cox is ridiculously good. Obviously, the events that happened last weekend were highly unfortunate because I really wanted to see him and Kyle Snyder go at it and see what would happen there. And we didn't get to see that. That sucked. Yeah, so we could talk some other time about who the match could possibly be. I want to say we had a big – my academy's got a tournament up here that day, though, because I remember I looked at coming down there. I don't have my calendar on me, but I'll look at it once we get off this.
Yeah, if it fits, we'll even bring your whole team down.
Okay.
We'll set up a weight class from you all the way to kindergarten.
There we go. Nice.
So I got my son upstairs a little miserable. You'll appreciate this. He's 15 years old. He's got his New England's tournament this weekend, and he's
nice.
still he's 6 pounds over, and it's Wednesday night. Weigh-ins are Friday night. So I doubt he'll want to engage in a conversation. But any advice? He's just miserable.
Any advice on making weight or competing?
Making weight, not being miserable, and competing.
Wow, there's three. So, I mean, I advise my middle school kids not to cover much weight. I don't know if he is cutting much weight or not, but we've talked about this before. From competing, just go wrestle as hard as you can. That's simple, and then just learn from the mistakes. One of the biggest advantages wrestlers have when they go to other walks of life is the fact that we get to compete so often. I mean, I've probably had 1,500 wrestling matches, I would guess, maybe as many as 2,000, somewhere in there. And so just the ability to get focused and put your best performance forward is huge. And if he is really cutting weight, man, it is very difficult not to be miserable when you're cutting weight. But I will tell you I had one trick. I don't know why, but that's my bookshelf over there. Sometimes I get into reading a certain genre of book, and then I like it, so then I just keep reading that book. And I started reading about mountaineering. I don't know if you've read about this, but when these guys get above certain elevations, it's really hard for their body to process food, so they lose like insane amounts of weight. And there's nothing they can do about it, just because their body can't process the food. So there's one specific story. I'm blanking on it right now. But the guy, it's in Argentina in the Andes. They go up, they come down.
Aconcagua, maybe?
I don't remember. The guy falls down the crevasse. So his one buddy thinks, oh, my buddy freaking died. He makes it back to camp. By the time he gets back to camp, he's lost 36 pounds. Well, the other guy, he didn't die. He broke his leg. And he hopped his ass back to camp 10 miles. And by the time he got back to camp, he lost 44 pounds or, something totally insane. So I always think of those guys at least I ain't them dudes. I'm not cutting that much weight.
I did a race in Fiji once, in the interior of Fiji, and I got dysentery and giardia. I got pretty sick.
Oh, God.
I lost 32 pounds in 8 days.
Yeah. So at least I'm not you. At least I wasn't that bad. I'm losing 12, 14 pounds, but at least I'm not those guys. Those guys got to be having way worse.
You think you're in the best shape of your life right now, or not really?
No, definitely not. That would have been college and then train for the Olympics, I would say, for me.
We're on a scale of 1 to 10. If the Olympics was 10, where are you?
Well, I never get in that bad of shape, so I don't want to say it's 7 or 7.5, somewhere in there. But at the highest level of sport, and I am not competing at the highest levels of sport next weekend. I am competing at we'll say a moderate level of sport. But the highest levels of sport, if we're talking about the Olympic trials, which were last weekend, the difference between a 9.5 and 10, that's all the difference, right? That makes the difference of someone taking third place and someone making the Olympic team.
No doubt. And everybody, I see everybody commenting, they just can't wait for you to kill this guy.
Nobody likes him.
Yeah, nobody likes him. what happens when you beat him? Is his game over on YouTube or whatever he is, some internet sensation? Is that it?
Yeah, I don't know. So I didn't, man. It's not my generation. I didn't really know much about him before I took the fight. I still try not to watch too much because my IQ would go down quite a bit. Um, and so I don't know. I think whether it's next Saturday or maybe a couple more fights, he's going to realize there's a lot easier ways to make money than fighting people. And this is a guy who had very low-level success in high school wrestling, likely because he just wasn't tough enough and wasn't disciplined enough. So he's going to go back to the easier ways of making money.
Yeah, that's the prediction. I agree. There's a couple. I see a couple of people in there said, "No way, Jake's not going to quit. He's going to fight to the end." But I don't know. I think that,
I mean, Joe, I think this is probably the area you can comment on the most with the most level of expertise is because you see this. This is kind of what you do. People have to reach a breaking point and then push themselves through it to be able to keep going, right? And some people never get there. Some people are weak, and then so that barrier, wherever that barrier is, that barrier just stays there because they never push through the barrier. And that's what I think of this guy is that, when I watched, he actually wrestled a guy from Cornell, Ben Darmstadt, and he fought hard for, I don't know, a minute and a half, and then it wasn't going his way. He just rolled over. He didn't know how to fight. And so you have to learn how to fight. And that, and eventually you just keep pushing your boundaries back and back and back and back through time.
I like that. I mean, that's the whole Spartan philosophy, right? We're going to stretch
Yes.
the rubber band, and then we retreat a little bit, and then stretch it further, retreat a little bit, stretch it further, and just keep expanding your capabilities to reach peak performance. All right. Anything I missed? Anything you want to cover that I didn't cover?
I'm excited for you guys' venture into
Combat
tournaments and combat. I hope it goes really well. I would like to do a Spartan race sometime. I've never done one. It's not really my forte, but sometimes you got to get out there and try things.
Maybe we should take 3 athletes, you and 2 others, right? Maybe Jaden Cox, maybe Kyle Dake, and we have a competition on the course.
Jaden Cox. Give me like Andy Rovac.
Andy wants you. He wants a piece of you.
He's in pretty good shape, right? He looked ripped the last time I saw a picture of him.
He's doing a lot of yoga.
Yes. And what's it called? Combat yoga or something? Is that
He's doing combat yoga. He said Ben Askren better stay within 200 miles of here. Good.
I love it. So let's see. Yeah, that's it. Whenever Spartan Race kicks back up, I'm willing to try one. And man, I can't remember what we had going on May 20th. But I really hope you bring a Spartan combat tournament to my home state of Wisconsin, where we have all these academies. We would love to have you at some point.
I would love to bring one. If you want to do that, no problem at all. We could do one in Wisconsin.
Hey, is your Jacksonville tournament, is that folk style or freestyle?
Both. I got folk style, freestyle, and I got beach and Greco. It's basically the ultimate weekend where we're taking a Spartan approach to wrestling. Can a wrestler, you probably could in your prime, can a wrestler go, Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, get 25 matches in? And I literally had Spartan helmets made covered in diamonds. The bling is unbelievable, if that matters to some wrestlers.
Yeah. Oh, you're on USA Wrestling. I'm checking you out. There was this tournament I wrestled in way back in the day. This is probably 1999. I'm going to say my sophomore year of high school. It was called the Ironman Tournament in Michigan. And you wrestled all 3 styles, and then whoever had the most points the last day won this big-ass medal. And I won the big medal. That was a long time ago. I haven't thought about that in ages.
Yeah, this is a combination of wrestling and Spartan for sure. It's exactly like that. It's a weekend of hell.
Wait, so are you the Southeast Regional also?
Yeah, it's the Southeast Regionals as well.
Oh, interesting. Well, that makes us more likely to come because you know what? I checked. We had the Central Regional that weekend, and what we like is we like getting those free qualifier spots to Fargo because Wisconsin always takes a huge team.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know. Are you guys tough enough to handle the competition at Southeast Regionals?
Stop. Stop. We're from the Midwest. What we scrapping here, boy?
Well,
All right, I'm gonna check this out. I'm gonna try to bring a team.
Whatever you need, let's go. And I'll remove the friction to make it easy for you, because if Andy knows that Ben Askren's coming with his team, he's probably going to throw a team together.
Nice. Is the dual tournament? Is that folk style or freestyle on Sunday?
Both. You choose.
What do you mean you choose?
You choose. I got 25-ish teams that want folk. I got 25-ish teams that want free. Right now, heavier competition. Believe it or not, heavier competition in folk style.
I believe that. Some of those guys on the East Coast don't wrestle folk style. We would do freestyle though. Okay. Yeah. You know what? Afterwards, we'll talk. I'll probably try to bring a team.
All right. You're the man. I'll see you. Good luck. Good luck with the fight. Let me know.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right. See you. Bye.